State planning is inadequate. Take your steel beam and go. In northern and southern, I got it to keep in a bubble. We know we like it so.
What Rowley tell all you last night? George Chambers tell them in 1980, same bullshit, you know. Same bullshit. Same PNM people in the front row. Oh God, oi! That they piss, that rainwater. Same PNM people in the front row. Giwi, massa bull, massa cow. Giwi. Hear what he's saying now. Listen to this. Listen. 38 years ago, Massa Bull, Massa Cow. Listen.
Anything that's wrong, you gonna put it right.
Your partner, Mugabe Sabgaroli, tell them he borrowing, what, $300 million a day to fix it in time for election. Watch me. 38 years ago, Sparrow Singh, what Chambers tell them, Rowley come and tell them the same handful of bullshit last night and they so, oh God, no! Till I dead, PNM. Till I dead. I tell you, I see a police officer living in La Hoqueta. We went on a walkabout in La Hoqueta. His family running down, the children running down the road naked. The street. I mean, the thing like when you see Banana Republic, Fail Nation on the movie, that's it. And the jackass, I pay them till I dead.
Georgie Porgy tell me the other night. So instead of displaying impatience, cool yourself and give the fella a chance. How the hell you could say, oh, and I'll go do better. Bet we send you back Grenada in a drum.
Best we send you back Grenada in a drum. Watch now. And that dirty, stinking little UNC people right now, and I'm calling them that because they paid to do this, you know. They're attacking Philip Edward Alexander. The message was sent out to the handful of remaining sycophants and trolls because some of them are now double agents and they're bringing the information to me. They're showing me their scripts that they get in on their phone. That's why when they call in the radio show, they don't hear me when I talking because they're reading the message to see what Munilal and Ram Logan and Fuad Khan and the rest of them sending for them. Give them talk.
We and Georgie going to put it right together. We have freeness and freedom. Plenty roti, plenty rum. Hospitals have no linen. This brown paper they use it.
Hospital have no linen. It's brown paper they're using. 38 years ago, $5 billion a year being spent on public health. $5 billion. 30 years ago, 38 years ago, hospital had no linen. It's brown paper they're using. What going on now when your mommy and your tanty and your children end up in the hospital, but you're PNM till you're dead?
Public transportation is an abomination.
Public transportation is an abomination. Rohan Sidanan doing the same bullshit that Devon Maraj do. Because all the boss mark, Devon Maraj boss mark. Devon eat nice. Devon eat and burp in the UNC and fix not one ass. These fellas have all the answers for you. They have all the answers for you now. Here, listen to the UNC. 5 years they in office, they have fixed nothing but box drain.
Well, food goes whose cost of living gone through the roof. Take us to the crapaud. Classified information
For personal gain is common.
we know, but we like it so.
And I want to get parliamentary privilege. All you put your champion in the parliament. Put Philip Edward Alexander in the parliament because we will revisit Emailgate. Keep Christopher Mugabe Sabgarowli, the king of the infidels, Lord High Deceiver, first black Syrian, will explain to this nation where he gets Emailgate from. And this is not to defend the UNC. This is to bring that man to justice, him and his band of malcontents and never-do-wells. They who hijacked the parliament with Emailgate as a lie. Because we know, because we know where he gets it. That was no Emailgate. What was given to them was a sweep, was a national security sweep, and they need to say if it was local or if it was foreign. They need to come with that, because I in computer business and social, hey, they're outside there. What he does do, what is his qualifications? We want to know. Or just slowly roll it, get all that too, just in time for elections. No PNM may come in and interfere with my business. But back on this, I telling you, nobody could monitor all them emails. Nobody. Unless it's a national security sweep. They have no way you could do it online. That's one. Two, and it don't have to be a local. It could have been the Russians. They could have hired the Russians. The same way Trump hired the Russians. Keith Rowley have to explain to this nation. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have to investigate that. They have cameras all around Newberry Hill where Rowley live in to see who come and stick it in his mailbox. Bullshit. Miss me with the bullshit. Red crapaud, yellow crapaud, same handful of salt. Anybody who think for a minute, who entertain for a microsecond that the Progressive Empowerment Party will consider either of those two corrupt and cancerous organizations, you're mad. Check yourself into St. Anne's. You're insane. They have no way, none whatsoever. And yes, we all had a political past. Yes, we all marched with the PNM and worked with the UNC for Gary Griffith. Yes, we all had a political past. And if you're still stuck in the past and you can't fix the present or the future, check yourself into St. Anne's. Don't tell me what to do with myself and my time. You're mad. Talk you had to take all of that. The PNM that shut down Caroni, that didn't put farmers to grow food, that have Hadco and Amco and Massey and ADL and all of these people importing billions of dollars of food. The price of food in this country is 5 times the price it should be. If we were growing our staples in Trinidad and Tobago, we would be paying 1/10 our food bill that we pay now. But we mad. We mad. We have to be mad in this country.
Georgie say, oh, you ain't getting one damn seat. Oh, when I come out to Mama Guy.
When I come out to Mama Guy, 1980. Georgie say, oh, you ain't getting one damn seat. Listen to the PNM and the UNC sycophants. But I want them to understand something. I am Carl Hudson Phillips. And I am Winston Dukaran. We come here to mobilize the people. We will educate, inform, and empower. Winston Dukaran and Carl Hudson Phillips had places they can't walk. We walk in where angels fear to tread. The Progressive Empowerment Party come to wake the people up. And you will know and you will have the information. And if you still vote yourself into a cesspool, your choice. We can't save everybody. We're going to give you the information. And if you want it, come on board.
And because I say, oh, you're going to feel me. To oppose is high, that's political suicide.
The penalties to oppose is high, that's political suicide. But I want to ask a question, just to put this in the conversation. How come in Emailgate, Rowley, asking you, because you put it in the people parliament. How come you didn't ask? How in email gate, Monilal and Warner name and call, and them was the two biggest men in the party.
No house, so we squat, living with cockroach and rat.
We have no house, so we squat, living with cockroach and rat. 38 years ago, he could have sing this. Nothing changed.
Take a steam beam and go. The cesspit flowing over, you could catch yellow fever.
The cesspit flowing over, I could catch yellow fever. Joel Martinez, Mayor of Port of Spain, now talking about dealing with cesspit. This song, 38 years old. We've spent in that 38 years $2 trillion and nothing fixed and nothing changed. Everything get worse and only taking jam, only taking that piece of shit. Rowley come and get them last night, but we wasn't supposed to do a live video tonight, you know. But we get information that the Progressive Empowerment Party beat the PNM and the UNC on social media. Our numbers, Kamala response to Rowley and our response to Rowley, we beat the two of them combined.
Take a steam beam and go. Soldier in bulldozer, break down the shocking mover. Take a steam beam and go. It's plenty sexual favors to be a 10 days worker. We know, but we like it so.
Plenty sexual favors to be a 10 days worker. What is tell all you? You want a URP? You want a CPEP? Take it off. Take off your clothes, bend over the desk, go in licensing office and skin up. You see, videos come out. Social media is the change. Social media is the game changer. Congress of the People and ONR had to beg and live and die by TTT and Guardian and Express. We have social media. Guardian and Express is for wrapping fish. Last night, massa cow, massa bull, and he tell them who is massa. Massa cow, massa bull. He explained to them why they had no work. Take jam. 38 years ago, listen to what Sparrow say.
Buddy, you may be shocked when I tell you this. Hudson Phillips is a Yankee CIA.
Buddy, they used to call Sparrow Buddy. Buddy, you're going to be shocked when I tell you this. You see, Sparrow had support the ONR. So this is Sparrow reporting to the people in song. Buddy, you're going to be shocked when I tell you this. Hudson Phillips is a Yankee CIA. Anything they could say. Anything they could say. My friend Tiffany, I just go and read all the shares and I just follow the shares and go and see who's saying it. And you see, today I tried because she new to the party. And they pelted some cuff on the girl wall when she shared our stuff. So I had to go and defend it. And I had to ask them, if you don't like it, why don't you tell us why? Speak, say. And everything they say, you answer them rationally and you educate them properly until they run out of the thin disguise and start to attack you personally. And then you expose them for who they are.
And the whole ONR is only communist.
The whole ONR is communist. You see, when I'm playing this for the Peppers and the Pep supporters and the Pep followers and the people now coming on board the Pep, when you're sharing stuff and they come in and tell you, boy, you mad or them here to split the vote for the PNM. That's the latest thing the UNC saying. I telling UNC people straight off. A man come on my wall tonight to terrorize me. He said, you only there to split the vote. I say, if you don't want the vote split, tell UNC stand down. Tell them stand down. They had a chance. They had two chances and they messed it up twice. Stand down. We will fix it. Or they can't win unless you join with the UNC. Miss me with that bullshit. Red crapaud, yellow crapaud, same handful of salt.
They take carnival away and make people work each day. It's years you in a union and can't get recognition.
It's years you're in a union. You can't get recognition. Worse, they use your union, march you into government and leave you with nothing.
Take your speed, and go. The unemployment levy murdering everybody. Take your Stevie and go. Children come out of college below elementary knowledge.
Children come out of college below elementary knowledge. Sparrow telling them 38 years ago, 7,000 children coming out of our failed education system with nothing and nowhere to go, no job, no hope. It's crime and more crime. And people trying to figure out where the crime coming from.
We grieving with frustration through maladministration. We know, but we like it so.
Grieving with frustration through maladministration. But you know what was the problem? When he sang that, there was no UNC, there was no NAR, there was no change. It was 30 years of PNM. And Bastio Pandey, that stunting son of a bitch, got an opportunity. Bastio Pandey, that deceitful and devious silver fox, he had an opportunity, and all he do is cut track for Ish and Steve and Brian and crew to run and eat billions of dollars. Billions of dollars gone. And the Piaco airport is all always talk about, but it's not just Piaco. And then they come and they put God out their thoughts again because Kamala and Dukran stunt for them. Dukran vomit out of the UNC and come back and join up with the same UNC as the People's Partnership. Change a brand. Old wine, new skin. And still come and sicken people. That fellas like Kingsley on my wall saying UNC, UNC, UNC. Kingsley, I know what the hell he talking about. But if they're paying him all thing, I support you, brother, because you might have nothing else to do. Kingsley and Stark and them fellas, I heard God Christopher last night. The people who own 102 is Lindsay Gillett. Every time UNC in power, Lindsay Gillett get big job in Petrotred. But they fire God Christopher ass, and God Christopher on his live video getting 300 views telling people it's only PNM and UNC to vote for. He already make himself irrelevant. Stephen Rees put out a post today and say, PNM and UNC debate the PEP, and the whole wall is people I never see in my life telling them they are afraid, they are mad so. They are so mad, they will never stand up and deal with the Progressive Empowerment Party. Kid Rowley and Kamala Prasad dare not debate me because they can't answer the questions. They can't put forward real and valuable contributions to the development of this country. They've had opportunities, they've had thousands of hours in the parliament that they wasted stunting. Oliver Marion, if your feet sticking, turn it off and turn it back on. Stand up for the ONR, you could lose yourself. That's why they're begging. You see, I play with my cards so close to my chest. PNM and UNC, I know what I just do. And they want to know bad because they want to be able to attack me and my business and my employees. Like in Chan Ishmael, who saw people having a meal in Grand Bazaar. That saw people having a meal in Grand Bazaar and come and assaulted me with a camera. It's only after the police tell me, why I didn't lick him down? That was assault. You were supposed to defend yourself. No. I go do like the old man who cuff him down and by tear deck. Remember? When they knock him out with a blow, our old man. That is what people like in Chan Ishmael know. That is what they understand. They have no respect and no decency. But here they threaten the man.
Francisco, how come you ain't understand? We are one of blasted opposition. I done shot my guilty, waiting for the opposition till. And anytime we catch them only backpedaling. I ain't even want no bail, I ain't afraid to make a jail. Food you could produce here is imported from elsewhere.
The food that you're eating this year, imported from elsewhere.
Take your Stevie and go. To fish in your own water is jail in Venezuela.
Remember? Coast Guard tie up in Chagaramas 38 years ago, Massa Bull, Massa Cow, Chagaramas still park up. Somebody say my green looking like ILP. We were in green, we were in red, we were in white, we were in black, we were in blue. Progressive Empowerment Party reclaim the rainbow. We done with this separation and this divisiveness. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we believe that the people of this country have all the power and all of the authority to stand up, stand firm, stand on the constitution, the supreme law, and defend this country. Forget the bullshit about ILP, PNM, UNC. Them days done. We moving forward.
Take your steel beam and go. No one to devise for we a good foreign policy.
No one to devise for we a good foreign policy. 38 years ago, Massa Bull, Massa Cow, same bullshit. Using high commissioners and ambassadors to engage in corrupt activity for ministers and financiers, the contract mafia. Put this one in America, put that one in Canada, put that one in Japan, put that one in England. We have links to link up.
Bribery and corruption control every decision we know, but
bribery and corruption control every decision. This song is 38 years old. 38 years old. This song is 38 years old. Bribery and corruption control every decision.
we like it so.
That day is done. Tell them, the Progressive Empowerment Party, we have come out here to stand firm convincingly.
Dirty, stink and dirty.
Don't bring it near me. Don't bring it.
Double them. Don't free them, but run for your life. Don't free them, they say. Don't free them, but run for your life. Don't free them. They come out of boss mad. Give those the belting like they want to boss mad. No matter what they do, me I go bound for them. Way they get in like they want to come for me. So tell them come for me. Right now I'm feeling the tension, and it's too much to mention. It take up all my attention. Holy faith, of everything you accuse me, and all the times you abuse me, but now you cannot refuse me.
For the selfie queen who put in talks outside there, who's sending you a handful of minions to be nipping at my heels. I want to tell you something, eh? When I answer y'all, always go and cry and say Philip bad. You see, I'm ignoring y'all. Leave me alone, eh? All you understand me, eh? Don't be attacking me, bad talking me, putting my personal information in people's mouth to come and distress me, because I will respond, eh? And you know you don't want that. All you stay in all your lane, eh?
Holy faith, I was born in a village. I learned my upbringing, where God was for the fame, so I'm in tune with my spirit. I was born as a warrior, the father was a sick fighter, so why is not no pushover, now we're fighting back. They come out of boss mad, give those the belting like they want to boss mad. No matter what they do, me I go bound to them. Way they get in like they want to come for me. So tell them come for me. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them who want us from me. Anywhere we go, we friend nobody. Friend no demon. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them who want to stop me. Tell them we don't friend nobody. Friend no stick and friend no demon.
Come outside. All you who bad, who hiding behind computer, as Rowley say, come outside. All of them who bad, who want to begin people talk, come outside. Because let me tell you something, you know. We playing the same Massa Cow, Massa Bull game. We have all the information. So coming up on an election time, all you dirty we go dirty all your back. Michelle Obama said when all you go low, we going high. We will drag you down into hell. We come to show Trinidad and Tobago that the people of this country don't have to continue to be victims to the madness of the PNM and the UNC. We're growing a mile a minute and it burn in the eye. The PNM Prime Minister had an address to the nation broadcast on all media and on social media. Licks for them.
Right hand.
man, we don't afraid nobody. All of them who out to distress we. The Progressive Empowerment Party is here. And deal with that. PNM and UNC will join forces before the election. I bet you that. That contract mafia will try to get the two of them to sing one song. The Progressive Empowerment Party is a political earthquake rumbling through this country. They know and they bracing. They bracing. They know. Man who getting soul select security contract for everything in the country. Hundreds of millions of dollars. How you doing that, Pally? How you doing that? But there's a political storm brewing. Yeah? We're going to rock the roots of the vampire system. All you who took advantage of political connection. All you walking through the country, walking around like all you're successful. Successful at what? What are they successful at? What you're successful at? Your family own one grocery and you open 5 restaurants. Where you get that money? In 1 year. All you building strip mall all through the country. Where you get that money? Listen. We, the people of this country, import the gas because we don't have a petrol no more. And all the oil that coming out of the ground is going to somebody partner in Venezuela. And who talking that? When the handlers meet up in Balize house and break ground, them break ground. They can't break ground to feed you. They can't break ground to fix Mount Hope. They can't break ground to fix General Hospital. They can't break ground to fix San Fernando Hospital. They can't break ground to give you water for all 24/7. They can't break ground to fix schools and give you proper zone schools, 10-year schools, make all schools prestige schools. They can't get that. They can't break ground for that, but they break ground for Balize House. And when they ask Rowley, where you doing your supporters, boy? Where you going and do your supporters? And the rest of the peppers do not answer the trolls. They don't last longer than the Red House fire. You turn twice and they go on, they get blocked and they get deleted. Ignore the trolls. For the 8,000 people on your fire, boy. What you doing for the 30,000 people that are losing their work in Petrotrin? What you doing for the 7,000 people that are losing their job in TSTT? What you doing for them? Your partner sitting down and I see your partner sitting down in a restaurant in Woodbrook who own them little B-Mobile stores, who you give all the contracts to for people to go and pay there, so you taking a commission on B-Mobile money. They're nasty. I tell you, they stink and dirty. When you look at people, all you just think about doing. And that's the problem, right there. Massa Bull, Massa Cow. Rowley tell them, we're going to make rims. We're going to make rims. We got great cassava. We got groom your pasture. We got jam you in your cat. That your prime minister. And they taking that and they all over Facebook. Masabol! Masako! The fairy. That your prime minister. Catman. Groomer man. That jackass. When I went on TV6, Fazil said, how you could call the prime minister jackass? I said the whole country know he's a jackass. And that was a year ago. You know how much views that video get? 241,000 views. Kamala can't put out a speech. The only time she's getting kind of numbers is when she's drunk and singing. And she's getting kind of numbers because PNM people will be sharing it. But massa bull, massa cow, foolishness fooling them. Massa bull, massa cow, and they jamming you in a HTC house. And you're paying 3 times the value for that nastiness, the cupboard falling off the wall. You still ain't no water. Termite eating what you buy. Massa bull, massa cow. Who is Massa Rowley? Who is Massa? Massa bull, massa cow. Massa own your job. Massa own your food, Massa own your school, Massa own your hospital, Massa bull, Massa cow, Massa own your pitch lake. Who is Massa Rowley? Why you don't tell them? You're telling them Massa bull and Massa cow. You give them a graph. We have some questions for you about your graph, you know. You thought you was getting away. You said in one of your meetings that you wanted critical thinkers, but I said no. You don't want critical thinkers. Critical thinkers are the undoing of the bullshit that you and your handlers try to share. So we're asking you about your 2019 expenditure because you said last time, we showed you the dollar, right? Remember the dollar we showed you and we showed you where the money went. We're going to ask you some questions on that graphic because last night on your live video, I was there asking you questions and your sycophants couldn't handle it because the questions I was asking are deep and I had to ask somebody. If you don't like the fact that I am asking questions that you should be asking, you is Massa Bull, you is Massa Cow. 2019 expenditure, you said debt payments on every $100. This is where your graphics people said on every $100, $18 is debt payments. And you went to town explaining what debt is. No problem, we paying with debts. Then you said out of that, after that $18, $50 is wages, salaries, and pensions. Now I want to ask a question. If for every $100 of expenditure we spend, $50 is wages, salaries, and pensions, what are we getting for those wages and those salaries? In any business, a wage and a salary is a cost of doing business. It is added to production and marketing and all the other means by which we earn income out of which we're supposed to have a profit. You have wages, salaries, and pensions out of every $100. That's $50. That is 50%. What are we getting for that? And we noticed conveniently that $9 is social services. So if $9 on top of that $50 that is wages, salaries, and pensions is social services, how much is pensions? And why isn't pensions part of social services? That's not a salary, that's not a wage. Or did you put that there to distract and confuffle the issue? Did you want to just get people talking shit without having real numbers? And I'm asking you, Keith Rowley, you said $50 out of every $100 of expenditure of the $140 million a day that we spend. You say that costs $140 million a day to run the country, and 50% is wages, salaries, and pensions. That means, Keith Rowley, that $70 million out of that $140, that's what you said. You said out of, it takes $140 million a day to run the country, and you said 50% of that $140 million is wages, salaries, and pensions. That's $70 million. I want you to tell this nation, Keith Rowley, how much of that $70 million is pensions? And I want to know what is the rest? Wages and salaries. Where are those wages? Where are those salaries? And what are we getting for it? Massa Bull, Massa Cow. So wages, salaries, and pensions is $50. And social services is $9. What are the social services? What are the social services that we get in for that? Tell us, Keith Rowley. Tell us what are the social services we getting for that. For that 50,000, I'm coming to address the rest, you know. I'm coming to address the rest. I just need to deal with the distraction. Well, girl, you put on a nice dress to come and troll the wall, but we had to block you too. Yeah. After that number, so $18 out of every $100 is debt payments. And $50 out of every $100 that we spend is wages, salaries, and pension. $9 out of every $100, $14 million a day. We spending $14 million a day on social services. You say $10 is infrastructure. No wonder the country is falling apart. $14 million a day. You're spending $70 million a day in wages and salaries, but you're spending $14 million on infrastructure to build pavement manhole covers higher than the pavement to trip people and fall. The roads in a mess, the sidewalks in a mess, the drains in a mess. We can't catch flood water. So when it's rainy season, we drowning, and when it's dry season, we thirsty. Yeah? But they have a number in your $100 graphic that we want to ask you a question. You said $13 out of every $100 that we spend, and you say we spend $140 million of those dollars every day. $13 is other. Keep rolling. That is my money. That is every citizen of this country's money you are spending. The 13% of every dollar spent that you are calling other, what is that? This is your accounting to the nation. $18 debt payment. You on UNC. UNC borrow to put in the Heritage Stabilization Fund. You take out what they borrow and then borrow back to develop. You say you need 300 million to develop the country. So you're borrowing that 300 million a day. But you say $18 is debt payment, so that's not debt payments that the country incurred. Those are debt payments due to mismanagement by the PNM and the UNC. Because that's what that is. None of our infrastructural development required that money. We didn't need a Kuva hospital, and we didn't need to borrow $1 billion plus from China. We didn't need to borrow the billions that built Taruba and Napa Sapa Tapa from China. We didn't need to. From China, Qingshan Railway, wherever company. We didn't need to borrow that money. So the 18% of every dollar that we spend every day that go into debt payment, we didn't need. We didn't send Malcolm Jones and Ken Julian and Conrad Enel to tiff out Petrotrin, to saddle it with a $13 billion debt that you just rock on the country. We didn't ask for that. We didn't need it. You and your Attorney General discontinue the legal action against Malcolm Jones and his band when the country was trying to get some redress. So that 18% of every dollar that you came to account and tell people mind their business, I'm minding my business. You don't have the authority to sink our children in debt. That 50% of every dollar that is wages and salaries, we want a breakdown and an accounting, because wages and salaries are something that you send forth to bring profit. It is not just wages and salaries to the wind. You can't just say, like you all did in TSTT and WASA and TNTech and Petrotrin, that my cousin, sister, child, make him a vice president or something and give him a $50,000 a month and a car. You can't do that and then come back and tell us, mind our business, because this is not my business that you're doing. I didn't tell you, give your sister, cousin, child a work. I didn't tell you, and the UNC, the PNM, to bloat Petrotrin with vice presidents and management that it never needed. People who had no work, only had 9 communications managers. Doing what? Stick a pin in the pitch lake LeBlanc, because I asked him that 5 times on his thread last night. In all of your accounting, where's the pitch lake money? But we coming at you with that. We come in outside with that. We come in the road with that. We organizing the people to come out in the street and to ask you, Prime Minister, where is the gasoline tax, road tax in the gasoline that's supposed to fix the road? Where is that money? But the social services that you say is 9% of every dollar we spend, what does that pay for? We need to know. I will leave you with your 10% for infrastructure. I am supposed to be able to find that in the Auditor General's report. If I can't find that in the Auditor General's report, then you lied. Not only did you engage in cheap politicking, but you would have taken taxpayer money to host 2 live events, to pay people to sit and clap. That were just lies. That is deceit. That is misbehavior in public office. But Keith Rowley, on behalf of the population of Trinidad and Tobago who own this country, on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago who owns this nation, on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago to whom you were accounting that we were to mind our business, and you told us that this graph was an accounting of our daily expenditure, when you said 13% of every dollar spent goes to other. What, Keith Rowley, what is other? Expect a letter to be served to you. Copy to Nicholas Sabga and Guardian Media. Copy to TV6, CNC3 and Express. Copy to Newsday. Expect a letter asking you to explain your graph in more detail. Because you see, we are not accepting your bullshit, and we don't care that you think your government thieving less than the UNC. Because we heard your words when you said to the nation that the PNM is the most corrupt political party in this country. You said that. And we have to take you on your word. When you said, I went to the Prime Minister in August 2003 and told him about massive bid rigging and corruption that was taking place in the PNM. You remember that? You remember that, Kitos?
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PNM Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in Udicott. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened at Biako Airport.
First of all, to those who are new, I want to hear this. When he said, I went to the Prime Minister then was Patrick Manning. I went to the Prime Minister in August 2003 and told him that there was massive bid rigging taking place. Bid rigging is bribery and corruption. Udicott was the tip of the spear. Udicott built Napa, Sapa, Tapa, Scarborough Hospital, Taruba, the Prime Minister residence. It was building the church for Dwens in the bush. The Udicott was spending all the money. Calderhart was king. And he said there was massive bid rigging and corruption taking place. But I want you to remember, he said, I want you to hear him say it. Hear this. Hear this.
Went to the Prime Minister.
From Mr.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003. I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003. I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003.
Now I want to show you why I was calling King of the Deceivers, Lionel in Chief, double-tongued, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli. This man, when he said that, when he said in the parliament that I went to the Prime Minister in August 2003, he was saying that in 2009. 6 years passed that he spoke to nobody. 6 years passed that he didn't call the police. He didn't call the Integrity Commission. He didn't write the president. He didn't call a press conference. 6 years after. 6 years after.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003.
But this was 2009. And for 6 years, this disgusting man sat and ate cabinet food and drank cabinet wine for 6 Eid. 6 Diwali, put on the kulta. 6 Christmas, put snow on the windows in Newberry Hill. 6 Easter, had the children hunted Easter egg in the yard. 6 Carnival, winding down low with people kill children when Sharon home breastfeeding. 6 years, this stunting jackass, your Prime Minister, sat in the cabinet and ate and drank and enjoyed all of the perks of being a senior government minister, knowing that the government and the cabinet that he was a part of was the most corrupt in this nation's history, and he knew it for 6 birthdays.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003. As a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PMA Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in Udicott. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is the Commission of Inquiry. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Piako Airport. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Piako Airport.
For 6 Eid, 6 Diwali, 6 Shanta Baptist, 6 of any holiday that you could think of, 6 years, 72 months, he knew that what was taking place in Udicott was 10 times worse than the billions stolen in Piako that he told the nation. He told the nation billions were being stolen in Piako. So he knew the number. He had an idea. It was billions. And he said what was taking place in Udicott was 10 times worse than that. And he was comfortable sitting in that same government, drawing government salary, using government privilege to buy tax-free car. And if that ain't nasty enough to expose this charlatan, in between 2003 and 2009, there was a general election in 2007. And this demon defended the PNM. This demon campaigned for Manning. This demon who knew that Udicott, that his government, the government of which he, Keith Rowley, was a part, was the most corrupt government in this country's history, that he went to his Prime Minister, Patrick Manning, in August 2003. Massa cow, massa bull, tell me, which was the lie? When you went in 2003 to tell him about the massive bid rigging and corruption, or now, when you've conveniently forgotten that Calder Hart was the enemy and that the people were supposed to seek justice and get our money back. For all your talk and for everybody whose names and characters you've maligned, how come you've not taken one action against anybody? You send your little midget Stotty boy, the parliamentary ninja, to tell Rudal Munilal he commit treason, and that you're going and charge him. Not one charge. You say you're going and sue him, come outside. Nobody ain't go outside. And Michael Kwamina, who dispatches pre-action protocol letter with speed and alacrity, I know, I get to. Michael Kwamina, your lawyer, Esu Monilal yet. We hear about one pre-action protocol letter over AV oil. We hear nothing. Nothing. Not one piece of information. But this is this man who went in the parliament. This is your prime minister. Last night, Massa Bull, Massa Cow. This is for all the PNM. We know. We like it so. This is all here. Massa Bull, Massa Cow, entertain you all with parliamentary privilege, went in the people's parliament and told the nation that he was given information that shocked him, astonished him. He had in his hands documents that suggested that the sitting prime minister, her attorney general, and her communications and her national security advisor, who is the now commissioner of police, this demon told the nation that he had information that they were plotting to bug the director of public prosecution's office, to murder a journalist, to stop a story. This is what he told the nation in the parliament, and he said, it shocked me. I couldn't believe what I was reading. How shocked was he? For 6 months, he ain't called the police. For 6 months. He didn't call Denise Wren, the journalist, who the document said that the highest office holders in the land was plotting to kill her. He didn't call her. He said, Denise girl, you better ride out there. You see what that girl from the minister from Sport TT had to do when Live Sport was going and kill she? Ride out. When you see how Ashwin Creed went and hide? Ride out. He tell Denise Wren nothing. 6 months. 6 months. He tell the police. He tell the media. He tell the Integrity Commission. He didn't tell anybody with any authority. He didn't call the United Nations. He didn't look to Obama. God, we need some help. Our government is wrong. He told nobody but the only office in the country that had no authority, the president. He could have gotten more done if he had told the woman who sells doubles in Starlight car park Monday to Friday. She's there. But she's not there anymore because Chuck E. Cheese come in, so Starlight throw she out. But if he had tell her when she was there, she could have get more done. Massa Bull, Massa Cow. He didn't tell nobody that had any semblance of authority. He didn't tell anybody who could have done anything. 6 months. 6 months. This man, August 2003, 6 years. He ain't do nothing. He ain't tell nobody eat, drink, like he said. Buy big expensive Christmas presents for the children that we knew about. I don't know if Gata, the boy, or the other boy get anything. I don't know. But he was getting a parliamentary salary and a cabinet salary. And he wanted cabinet salary. So even though he knew in 2003, he couldn't leave that work. Food was too nice. You know Denise Wren, this demon, you know Denise Wren, life at stake. That the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and the National Security Advisor plotting to kill her. And you tell her, and you tell the police, you tell the president. 6 months later, you realize the president is doing nothing but this urgent matter. This girl life is at stake. 6 months now, the president did nothing. Max, whining on little red girls and drunk. Take it back from the president. And you didn't go to the police. And you didn't go to the media, and you didn't call Denise Wren. You picked up the phone and you called to make an appointment to go to the Integrity Commission's office to meet the chairman. No, you didn't do that. You wanted to do it surreptitiously, underhandedly. You wanted to engage in conspiracy to unseat the democratically elected government. You, Keith Rowley, your demon, went home by Ken Gordon, a man of some integrity and name, who we are supposed to trust his accounting of events. that the opposition leader came to my house in my capacity as chairman of the Integrity Commission to report that the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and the National Security Advisor was going to bug the DPP office and kill a journalist. Now, as chairman of the Integrity Commission, there was nothing I could do. Because unless he had an accounting for the gun and the bullets and the messages, because that's the Integrity Commission business. Did you invest in arms and ammunition to murder a journalist and didn't account for it in your annual report to the Integrity Commission? Because that's all Ken Gordon could have done. You see, Ken Rowley going to Ken Gordon wasn't to get any justice or to have law enforced. He went there to stunt. The president was a stunt. He needed to call people name in his bullshit. I went to the president. I went to the chairman of the Integrity Commission. I went to the head mechanic at Massey. Because he needed to call names. He needed to assemble a gang. That's what he needed. He needed to assemble a gang of people. He needed to drop names. Ken Gordon, no. Max Richards, no. Engelbert Humperdinck, no. Or they're trying to kill. The first time Denise Wren found out that there was an allegation that the Prime Minister, the Attorney General, and her National Security Advisor were plotting to kill her was when she listened to the same stunt in the Parliament. I don't know if the DPP knew. I don't know if he warned the DPP that the Attorney General and the National Security Advisor was plotting to bug his office. I don't know if he did. I didn't know if he called him and said, look, meet me by Maria's for a coffee. I want to tell you something. I can't come by your office and I'll explain to you why. I don't know. I don't know. Stephen Williams or James Philbert or whoever was the commissioner of police at the time, none of them knew. Denise was on her own. This man.
To the court. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with the Apoya Court. And it's even more brazen. The PNM is on trial. The PNM is on trial. The PNM is on trial. PNM is on trial.
Vote the Progressive Empowerment Party into government. And I promise you, that statement, the PNM is on trial, we will make it true. Massa bull, massa cow. My work, my job, my mission is to unravel your bullshit and to unmask you for the stunting jackass that you are, and to expose you to your followers and your supporters and those who voted for Massa Bull and Massa Cow because they can't say they didn't know. Ghassan Youssef shared pictures today of people in Venezuela working together, busting open garbage ban and making plate of food for the children to eat from the garbage. When that become your story, you could never say you didn't know. Massa Bull, Massa Cow.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. One use it well before it's late. If it is that
bull and massa cow. Massa bullshit. You come to fool people. You fool the audience with PNM sycophants. I see a lawyer sit down there with the foot crossed. He's our next black Syrian. Massa bull, massa cow. Giwi. What you hear Sparrow sing? 38 years ago. 38 years ago. Hospital and handle linen is brown paper they're using. $5 billion a year. And the suppliers to the hospitals building a bigger house in Goodwood Park every year. Now they're buying up fairways. Now they're buying up fairways. And this puppet, this demon, this stunting jackass, massa bull, massa cow. Sparrow again. All your YouTube it. We like it so. We like it so. We free. What we free from? What were we free from? What did they free us from? What did the PNM free this country from? Integrity, morality, transparency, accountability. What did the PNM free us from? Jobs. The PNM freed us from hope. The PNM freed us from manners and law enforcement. There are people on this thread now, I see in their names, their businesses closing down. They can't get foreign exchange, but your 1% partners and the contract mafia, the shells falling off with imported nonsense. Where Andre Abraham get money? You foreign exchange to bring down all them fireworks. Fireworks, they don't sell that in TT. Where do they get their foreign exchange? And why doesn't the average business in Trinidad and Tobago have the same access? It is time, Trinidad and Tobago, to level the play field. You have one shot, you know. You have one chance. You have one real chance. No more massa bull, massa cow bullshit. It is time for the people to stand together as one people under one flag. This Saturday at 2 o'clock we meet, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come and stand. Come and add yourself, your voice. Come and get involved. Massa bull and massa cow win and stampede and run all over you. Next week, Saturday, on the 19th of January 2019, we celebrate our second anniversary with a massive gala celebration in San Fernando, and we launch and open our first satellite office. Our South Regional Office is opening. Come and meet your 10 constituency caretakers. Massa bull, massa cow.
If they are the reason why the economy goes round, when you're voting for them all. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting for them all. If it is the building ISOs,
East, west, north, and south.
the same way you vote them in. Register and vote them all. Totally
We have limited seating. The sycophants go say, your advertising is 5,000 now we want to come. We can't seat 5,000 people. But if you would like to reserve seating, call now 3474-PEP. I do not know if there are any seats available. Reserve your space for the massive gala celebration of our 2nd anniversary and the opening of our South Regional Office. There will be secured parking, live entertainment, light refreshments. Come and add yourself to it. There's going to be a lot, and I will be there. And we will be sharing information recorded for TV that we will be paying to broadcast. Do you know that the Progressive Empowerment Party pays 3 and 4 times the cost to broadcast and advertise on TV as every other political party? Massa bull and massa cow. They're doing everything in their power to block us. But check what's going on. 2 years, we will be 2 years on the 18th of January, 1 day after my birthday. Yes, we are accepting gifts. Single malt scotch. Nah, just joking. Don't buy them. But anyway, 2 years old. 2 years old with no deep pocket finances, no 1%ers, no contract mafia, and you block us on the media and you can't catch me on social media. We did almost 2 times the viewers that Rowley get, we did last night, and 6 times the shares. That means people endorse the message on this live video 6 times more than their prime minister.
If it is fabrication, these statements that this power. When you're voting, move them on, move them on. If it is a frustration, let's make you want to shout. When you're voting, move them on, move them on. Before they misuse out, TV won't sell out and takes out. If it you move them in, move them on. Register and
Saturday, we also are doing a walkabout in the southern communities. If you would like to be a part of the walkabout, if you are from South San Fernando, Superior, Cedros, San Fernando East, San Fernando West, Moruga, Tableland, wherever you're from in San Fernando South, those 10 constituencies, message Michelle Davis, message Shari Wilson, message Policia Holder, or if you can't figure all that out, message me and I will make sure you get on to the right person. Come and be a part of the walkabout. Come and feel the energy. Come and see how everyday normal people react when the Progressive Empowerment Party knock on their door.
If it is that injustice is what they always show. When you're voting, put them on, put them on.
If it is that avarice is all they seem to know.
When you're voting, put them on, put them on.
If it is their politics, it's just a puppy show. When elections they come,
All bandits must go.
all 41.
Register and put them on. If they don't see,
That's why we say red crapaud, yellow crapaud, same handful of salt. We make no distinction between the PNM and the UNC. We've seen both of you take up power in this country and betray the people's trust. We have seen you time and again. I am not one of those who say lesser evil is different. If you're voting for lesser evil, you're still voting for evil. It is time. It is way past time. If Sparrow tell you 38 years ago, if Sparrow tell you 38 years ago what was going on in this country, and you take Sparrow on, for those who come in late, take a verse.
Plus I ain't looking for fortune again. All I've seen is that you pay close attention to the many problems we all face from dawn to dawn. You're intelligent, I think, and you should face issues, but you're behaving like a moron, cussing me for way I've gone, but you fight the hand.
Fight the hand of water.
Too much for butter.
Pay too much for butter.
The terrible school system.
Terrible school system is such a bloody problem.
Agriculture
in a state, planning inadequate. Northern and Southern, the two kingpin of bubble, we know.
We like it so.
The Northern Southern idol, the two kingpin of bubble, PNM and UNC. It is time that we join together as one people under one flag. This live went on a couple minutes longer than it should have. We normally try for an hour. 347-4PEP is our hotline. peptrinbago@gmail.com is our primary email address. peptt.com is our website. 347-4PEP, I gave you that. Pep app, PEP, APP, that is the app. It is available to download on any app store. Felicia Holder, chairman of the party, asked me to ask you if you can assist us financially. We need money for all kind of things. We're opening the South office on the 19th. We're opening an even bigger office on Tumpuna Road in Arima 6 weeks later. We're coming back to open the Barataria office, then Central, then Tobago. We need your assistance, and every drop fills that bucket. Every dollar that you could send. So if you would like to help, Felicia Holder, chairman of the party, also leads our finance committee. Felicia and Satish Ramsaran, you could reach out to them. You could message me. But people just walk up to me and try to hand me money, and I can't, because I need to make sure that you understand we have systems in this party, and we are prepared for any attack they could attack. I hear they say, Pep money mining me. That's some of the shit there is to a party and no money. But if you could assist in any way, reach out to them. We have live broadcast to pay for. Tomorrow we on radio, 9 to noon on 104.7. Lock your channel and tune in. I'll be there with Tony Defoe. I think Guy Tambi is coming up from the South team. Also, we expect Felicia Holder and Janice Lemon Creaky, the PRO, to join us. So until tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.